Hello viewers, welcome to my Doctor Who themed YouTube channel, Who Ventures. And in this video I'm going to review the Ganga story, the Rebel Flesh and the Almost People, which is episode 5 and 6 of series 6. Now, I'm continuing with my cosplay. So this is what I plucked out of my wardrobe for this particular story. So I've got my jumpsuit on. And I've got these sort of beefy boots on. So it's a pretty easy one for this episode, and thank goodness there's no corset this time. So this takes a jumpsuit, and let me show you the boots. Got the boots. So now I'm going to give you the episode review with a special guest as well in my video. So please stay tuned. Yay! So I watched the Rebel Flesh while I was at the Tortured convention, so I was a bit antsy to get to their super cool party, which was awesome, and I did lots of dancing at and jumping up and down, which is my style of dancing. So to be honest, I didn't really enjoy this story. I think although it sets up a lot of information and plotline for the rest of the series, which is good, but I wasn't overly keen on the story, because the two-parters where it's one race of aliens, I haven't really sort of liked those much, but this one I think I liked less, because it was like basically lots of people in all the same colour suits going, that's me, that's him, that's not him, that is him, could be him, that's her, that's not her, that's her, what's that alien thing? So I sort of tuned out a bit with it. But I liked in the Rebel Flesh a lot of the sky, it was the colours, like very Gallifreyan, it's very orange themed. I really liked the opening where they're playing darts, and you've got the new song, Supermassive Black Hole, I think it was, playing, and it's just because the TARDIS feel like a proper Who. It's like, because introduced Doctor's wife, the TARDIS is like Idris, and then you've got, it just makes them feel like a family. So I really liked that at the use of the TARDIS, the opening bit, they're just like sort of hanging out a bit. And then there's quite some amusing lines of the Doctor climbing up the big cockerel, which was quite funny. And I thought Rory empathising with Jenny, that was an interesting plotline, especially in seeing how Amy was a little bit jealous and stuff, and how sort of reversed felt about Amy getting a little bit jealous about what Rory was doing. I liked Marshall Lancaster because he was basically playing the same character that he did in Life on Mars. So I really liked him because I really liked the northernness. And obviously the Yorkshire, I'll just go to the foot upstairs. Hey, bag on. I loved how we should have a Yorkshire Doctor. That would be awesome. So I really loved that bit. I thought overall, and on both episodes, I thought some of the CGI, the special effects, was a bit obvious, especially when Jenny grows, like her mouth grows, and I thought that because it shaded the skin a bit, because it was the clips went straight to CGI and it was really obvious. So it's been a while since I actually thought of this episode. It's Jennifer, sorry, not Jen. That's sort of Jen. So I didn't really pay much attention to a lot of this story, because I like that bit, but then I got a bit bored about that bit, or I like that bit and I got a bit bored about that bit. So I'm gonna, so the Rebel Flash is very much a setup for the resolution of it in the Almost People, which I liked a lot better as an episode, because we had the Doctor appearing, like the Ganga Doctor appearing, and he's like, and he just couldn't handle all the doctory thoughts in his head. And I really liked the reverse, the clouded neutron flow, and then he mixed it up with the jelly baby bit. That was awesome. Then you've got the different voices. Apparently there was a David Tennant bit, and he says, and David Tennant's voice says, "I'm the Doctor," and Matt Smith's Doctor says, "We've got past all that, get over it." But I didn't quite hear that bit. But the Tom Baker bit, that was funny, and he killed Tom Baker's jelly. That was really funny. And then they just at the start with the two doctors, I really liked the interaction, especially when they do that dive. And okay, let's get going. It's like that was so funny. And then also we had the eye patch lady appearing, and the doctor telling Amy to breathe, which we obviously found out. We find out what happens in the next episode. It's all understandable now. And then, so basically, Jennifer thinks that they'll have to cause a revolution and stuff. I didn't really like this episode, to be honest. I wasn't paying much attention, but I thought there was like, sort of like lab rats in a way, sort of revolting against their scientists. Thing. See, and then that was clever out in the doctors swapped shoes, so Amy told the real doctor about what's going to happen to him and what happened to him in the Impossible Astronaut stories. So that was interesting. And then he sort of uses the John Smith name again. So, I just I liked the Roranicus Pondicus, that was awesome. And they've got the eyes in the wall, put the spine on them. And when the Gangas and his little kid came on the hologram, I thought you could totally tell that Matt, again, is brilliant at actor with kids, because like the way Matt delivers the lines, and he's really so sweet with the child actors. He's brilliant with them. So, and then at the end, we find out that Amy has been looking through the eyes of this sort of Ganga avatar all this time, and then it basically melts her, and she wakes up and she's like having a baby, and there's the eye patch lady, and it's all scary. And I also thought it was a Dalek eye stalk at the end. It looked very darky eye stalky, but I suppose it's sort of the same technology. And then they had there was like red balloon bits. Yeah, we got 2 red balloons for that little kiddie. It's like I also made note of Family of Blood, girl with the red balloon. So very sort of signify. That was interesting thing. Now, the doctor being more scary than the bit baby. So basically, the best bits about this story was the confidential episodes. So obviously, the first one was Johnny Damata! Yay! Yay! It was awesome. Did you like Charlie the Project? Do you think he's hot? Yeah, Charlie the Budget is so sexy. So, anyway, this is the bit now because we've got to do the badger dance. The special someone. We've got to do a badger dance. So. So yeah, Charlie the Budget, Matt, it's awesome. That's the best bit ever. That was the best bit of the whole story. Was just seeing Charlie the Budget and Confidential. Like Arthur Darvill like getting, oh gold! Oh, you're so funny. And then we had the other Confidential, which was just mad Confidential, just lots of pictures being flashed up in between Arthur, Kazzy and Matt chatting, and then the highlights of Confidential were Amy in a pink dressing gown. You've got, so if you just Kazzy in the pink dressing gown, was her. The basically the chatting was about Matt puking up half a stew, Matt's fluffy hair, Rory liking Peter Sell's films, Matt's plastic hairnet, Karen being sort of J. Hallwell and Nick Hutton playing those monkeys doing together like a Power Ranger Mega Monkey. That bit was awesome. Quarter brain. I like that. That's funny. Imagine Arthur's being scared by his imaginary friend. That's just mad. And then Arthur thinking of the story where they take something takes over people and it just makes them dance, which they actually did that in Buffy, so it's not very original, Arthur. Then just a bit about a hamster. I thought that was cute about Kaz's like a hamster, because I get told I'm like hamster when I eat. So yeah, it's like Kaz. And I was very mad but interesting Confidentials, although they could be cut down by maybe about half an hour instead of 45 minutes, because it seems like they're struggling to fill the Confidentials with stuff that's interesting. So I really like, although I didn't particularly like the Ganga story, I thought it's quite clever how this tells you how what informs on all the other stories and that, and introduce the concept. I didn't really think it stands up that well as on its own as a story, but it pretty much introduces all the ideas and the plot lines for the rest of the episodes. So I would say it's my least favourite of so far that we've had of series 6. So, but it was very philosophical, like if you make like sentient beings, what are their rights, and if you make clones, what are their rights and stuff. So it's very sort of moral story and that. But because I like the two-part, I like the Cyberman two-part with Ten and Rose. That was quite good. I wasn't really keen on the Dalek two-parter, but Dalek Hybrid Sack is awesome. I always say his name weird. It's like you're bored. Dalek Sack Hybrid or Dalek Hybrid Sack. So, yeah, I like that one. That was kind of. Oh, it had Andrew Garfield in, which is awesome. So it's good for that. And the Suntaran one, it's okay, but I thought, yeah, I like the Suntaran one better than the Darky one. So, but this one, I sort of tuned out a bit with it, because I don't really like the story. So this can't be a not very big review. But I hope you have enjoyed it. But shall we do another badgie dance? Yeah, let's do another badgie. Yay! So I hope you have enjoyed this review of the has-been, because either I haven't actually said much. I hope you have enjoyed this review anyway, and thank you for watching. Goodbye. Yay! Yay!